whether a deal is made before this weekend or not, and there's still, I guess, some chance the Democrats will save the Republicans from themselves once again, Mike Johnson appears to be in pretty significant trouble, especially when the Republicans are just talking about the possibility of replacing him, but they seem to have pretty clear ideas about who they'd like to replace him with. And so you're seeing a lot of Republicans coming out and criticizing Johnson openly. Representative Andy Harris said there's an increasing number of people after what happened this week who said they are on the fence about Johnson and continuing as the speaker. Remember, we're just a couple of weeks away from a vote to potentially replace him. Thomas Massie told reporters on Wednesday that he's not voting for Johnson when the House meets to elect a speaker on January 3rd. Victoria Spartz told reporters on Tuesday she was undecided. Troy Nell said there are going to be more that are saying he shouldn't come back as speaker. He says that he's undecided right now. Tim Burchett said, I'll make my mind up in January. So not a major vote of confidence for Mike Johnson. And so now you have a senator coming in, giving an idea of who maybe they could replace him with. So Rand Paul says the Speaker of the House need not be a member of Congress. Nothing would disrupt the swamp more than electing Elon Musk. Think about it. Nothing's impossible, not to mention the joy at seeing the collective establishment, AKA uniparty, lose their ever-lovin minds. Yeah, that would really stick it to the establishment, making the richest man in the world, the guy who pulls the strings on presidential elections, congressional elections, has total influence over the government, the Republican Party. Yeah, bringing him in would really throw the establishment for a loop. Something being insane doesn't make it anti-establishment, actually. You can have something that is bat-ass crazy that the elites like, okay? That's not actually inconsistent. But he's already got a backer for the idea in the House. Marjorie Greene says, I'd be open to supporting Elon Musk for Speaker of the House. Doge can only truly be accomplished by Iranian Congress to enact real government efficiency. The establishment needs to be shattered just like it was yesterday. This could be the way. Don't invoke the Mandalorians. You haven't earned that right, Marjorie Greene. And again, the establishment will not be shattered by making a guy with $400 billion directly in control of the House of Representatives. That is not anti-establishment. That's as establishment as you could get. Again, when you have all of the money and you choose what not just one of the two parties in our system does, but the one that's in control does, that is by definition establishment. I should not need to convince anyone of that. I know that I can't with Marjorie Greene. She's literally one of the dumbest people to ever walk the face of the earth. But for a regular person, that's not anti-establishment. That's not populist. That's giving the rich direct control, more control than they've ever had over what happens in our government. How do you not see that? Now, I assume, because I'm still naive, yes, that this won't actually happen. But now others are stepping in to be like, well, I guess it doesn't have to be Elon Musk. Vivek Ramaswamy could be Speaker of the House. What do you think about that?
Look, Republicans were never happy about Johnson being the speaker in the first place, right? He was a concession. Matt Gaetz, if you guys remember, threw a wrench in the speakership, and Mike Johnson was what they all had to settle for because they literally could not agree on anyone else, right? He was what, like the fifth pick or something like that. And John, do you remember when they wanted to have Trump as the speaker after he was voted out of office? Like, this isn't anything new that we're seeing now. But, like you said you were naive, and it is baffling, and maybe it shouldn't be anymore. The fact that these so-called populists, these people who are so fed up with the government and so fed up with being taken advantage of, they're voting for people like Donald Trump, right? A lot of the same people who voted for Bernie Sanders ended up being Trump supporters. A lot of AOC supporters end up being Trump supporters because they believe in some kind of populism. They believe in some kind of, they need help for their working class American people. And these are the same people who are supporting people like Donald Trump and Elon Musk. Elon Musk is anything but a normal American. He's not even an American. Can a non-American be the Speaker of our House? Like, what are the optics of that? They're not talking about that, but these are our government officials who are making those kinds of suggestions. And again, if you're anti the government, if you're anti these government officials, they're very inconsistent with who they choose to listen to and who they choose to kind of shun.
Yeah, I've been we've been talking about this for a long time. Right-wing populism is not a thing that exists in America.
Mhm.
It just does not. And it makes me mad to even use those words in succession because it implies that it could be a thing that exists, but it does not. One is the refutation of the other. The Democrats, I thought, were as enthralled to the wealthy as you could possibly be, but they can't, they're being lapped by the Republicans. They're literally putting billionaires in office. They make their VP the lab creation of another billionaire, and then they decide, no, that's not enough. That's not enough. We need bigger billionaires. So let's fake a government efficiency office, and then just give direct control over to the richest people that exist. And there are Republicans who are like, yeah, this is populism. This is for the regular people. I haven't been heard, and now I'm finally being heard by the richest man in the world because he tweets all day long. It is madness. Like, they're going to wake up. They're going to wake up because the failure that is coming is going to be cosmic in scale, okay? It has to be. Every Republican presidency ends with the economy being shattered, and it's shattered by design because it's designed to briefly benefit the wealthy. Well, it's never been as biased towards the wealthy as this. So the economic collapse that is coming is going to be bigger than the last ones. When you click the join button and become a tier 2 member, you get access to all of our weekly top 10 lists. What are you waiting for?